Clap, KT, that's me. And we got a special treat for y'all, man. Clap, yeah. Put your hands together for this one. Let's go.
Whyte production.
Wanna stay tonight? As long as you lay it right, that's what she said. Can you believe that? With a queen size bed, Lil Mama, yo, she said. Lil Mama, yo, freak out. I'm a cold nigga, and I mean that. You gotta say what you mean and mean what you say, cause baby, I'ma need that. She be trying to get up in the middle of the night. She be like, come on, let it pipe. I be like, give me like 5. Maybe 10, hop in the Benz on a late night again. All of this work I be doing, she work on my nerves. I be getting she be calling me, talking about how she be missing me using these words. I love you, I miss you, and all of you know. Heard her was a plug. Heard her was a thug. You know I love the sweet candy. Sweetest on God's green earth. Strawberry shortcake. Now I made it. Banana cake is my favorite. I'm gonna eat the cake. Eat the cake. I love the cake cause she made it. All I gotta do is hit it one time. Big up in the hood, look up at the wood like the one time. I ain't the one line. Gonna go handle your business. You know you need more time. Put your hair, makeup, and your weave. And you know you gotta roll the wheat. You gotta roll the trees. You gotta float to the beach. Wanna roll to the beat. That's what it's gonna be when you roll it with me. Hey.
Fragrance now, bending with the bag. Gucci on the shade. Rider on the feet. Her lips get sweet. Wrap between the thighs. Can I taste the flavor? Cherry, pineapple, and lime. I wanna taste the strawberry and chocolate, girl. I'll beat it up. Can I taste you, girl? Designer on. That's a sweet candy, I'm greedy, baby. An hour later, you can call whenever you need it, baby.
Playing phone tags, hanging up and you call back. She be big man, big man. Don't even know where your kids at. Yeah, she got it together, she get enough feeling. She know she be loving me, ending 11 grade. She was an ugly duckling, luckily now she be fucking it up. I'm loving it. Gucci with the product with the fitting on the purse. Right. Sweet thing, I'ma call her Miss Butterworth. I'm finna put a little bit of candy in the middle with a whistle on a second on to make a thing squirt. That'll work. She like it right there. I might bite you like a mic and I can plus I don't fight fair. And my please are right there, the pipe is right there. Heard you give it up, it's sweet as like dove. How many IGs you got? Got pics of you all up in the tub. Got flicks of you all up in the club. I think I know your best friend, she got the best man. Did we have sex? I mean, yes, damn, but that was back when we was wearing guests, man. Candy lady. And I'ma go get you a brand new Mercedes or whatever we got. And baby had an animated, I'm a young and handsome nigga animated. Still my lady, my baby girl. Name is flavor, it tastes it, girl. My life saver, don't save it, girl. You're my favorite girl, don't waste it, girl. Say
fragrance now, bending with the bag. Gucci on the shade, rider on the feet. Her lips get sweet.
All right, let's just go on and get into it. That was a little track that I wanted to play something back from home. So I got to figure out a better way of doing it, man, because I don't get the best of quality when I do it like that. So I need to figure out a better way of getting these beats out, getting this music out there to y'all, man. Yeah. I gotta figure out a better way of doing that shit, man. But it is what it is, you know? It is what it is. Yeah, the other way ain't working. Underrated, what's happening? Try this one little thing. I don't think that shit gonna work. Dang, where you at, Tyrone?
I'm at home just cooking this chicken.
Oh, you in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Oh, I can dig it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, let's get into it then. Yeah, so I was on the internet and I looked around. My Twitter fingers was a little bit itchy to tweet today. And Michael Benson put some down from one of Tyson Fury's trainers or whatever. And he said we had to say, oh, man, where the hell that thing go? Let me find it again, man, because I just had it up and it went away. But, it's looking like, maybe he didn't tell the whole truth. But, Deontay Wilder wasn't sparked out and had to go to the hospital and all that stuff and, had to leave the gym for the day or whatever he wanted to say. It didn't go down like that. He said Tyson Fury's trainer at the time said that Vladimir Klitschko's trainer said at the time that Wilder was dropped, and then he goes on to say a lot of other people were dropped in sparring. When you look at the history of boxing, some people would say that Wilder was dropped in one of his past fights and stuff like that, but you know, hey, buddy, it was it was ruled motherfucking slit. So you can say whatever you want to about it, but at the end of the day, this just shows you that how these guys are just they don't care what comes out of their mouth or anything like that. They just want to sit up over here and make sure that Deontay Wilder is whatever
So
with Deontay Wilder. Yeah, you back.
yep.
They just making sure that Deontay Wilder is just he's talked about bad in the media. They don't care about whether or not it's a lie or not. Hell, you had Johnny Nelson say some bullshit just to combat the shit. When Dillian Whyte was got popped for PEDs. So these guys, these dudes, they know what they doing when they come out here and say certain things. You don't hear Dillian Whyte saying he was the mandatory for 300, 500, 600 days, but you would hear old Scarface Atlas say that, and then that's how you get these news outlets that don't know nothing about boxing. They ain't been following boxing. Just sit up over there and regurgitate that shit and not check the source of information. So then you have Porky's Corner. He came out there and he was basically saying that has Dillian Whyte ever took step aside money from Deontay Wilder's camp? And the reason why he was saying that is because maybe the whole thing is a lot of people were saying that how come Dillian Whyte can't sue? I mean, why doesn't he sue this and the third? And I'm trying to tell people that he can't sue because you never know. The WBC probably did a ruling on him behind closed doors and told him what it is. It's like, hey man, we could either drown this out through asking UCAD for the information that how you popped and stuff like that, or you could take this shit until 2021. He's saying the WBC screwed him. Yeah, Porky's Corner. What's up? What's up, Chad? He can't sue. If he could sue, he would have been sued. Now, if you go down
Mike, Chad Mullins, that faggot.
I don't care if I don't. I just leave him there. I'm just gonna give him a rich anyways.
Yeah.
Because I don't. He ain't been here enough. Now, if you go down my past videos and stuff like that, I read over some of the WBC rules and stuff like that. And the WBC is well within their right to do whatever they did with lost when was happening, man. Do what they did with Dillian Whyte. They could have suspended him if they wanted to. They could have done an investigation if they wanted to. They could have done an investigation with those gloves if they wanted to. So it's in the title. So if Dillian Whyte really could sue, that could be the case. But he can't sue. So what he does is he spreads propaganda because he has nothing. He has no facts to back it up. He has nothing to back up his claims that the WBC is screwing him. The WBC is protecting Wilder because Wilder is fighting Tyson Fury. So that null and voids that right there. And you fought Oscar Rivas. And then you fought Whack. And then you're out here trying to fight Luis Andrew Ruiz, knowing now well there's a good chance that he comes up in the fight against you out of shape again. So, because what they want that March, they want to fight him in March, you know what I'm saying, or April, something like that. Come on, man, this dude ain't been in the gym. I'm pretty sure you guys know. If I'm pretty sure these fighters out here know who's in the gym and who's not in the gym, because they got to go to the gym somewhere. Somebody got to see them walk in through the door. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they know who's in the gym and who's not. Why are you trying to fight Andrew Ruiz when there's other guys out there you could fight? Oh, that's because you're the WBC mandatory until 2021. Alexander Povetkin doesn't suit the narrative really because he's 40-something fucking years old. So, and you've been talking about how Deontay Wilder fighting Louis King Kong Ortiz, a 500-year-old dinosaur, but you won't fight him. You know what I'm saying? And there's other guys you could be trying to fight. that can put up a fight, or that's gonna come up in there and shake. Whyte turned down 3 eliminators, 2 with Ortiz and 1 for Brazil. I believe that's about right, if memory serves me right. But hell, that's all. That's all his fault. And he could have fought Dominic Brazil at any time he wanted to. I mean, or he could have been trying to pursue a fight with Dominic Brazil once he knew Dominic Brazil was the mandatory. He could have tried to pursue a fight with Louis King Kong Ortiz, but he ain't gonna want to. You know now, well, Edward Hearn is gonna want Dillian Whyte to get up in there and get smoked out before he fights Anthony Joshua, anyways, because the people up over there, some people in the UK and some people around the world want to see that fight. I don't. Last one said, I think he was more talking about suing the people who said he was a flat out drug cheat without waiting for the fact. You can't sue. He couldn't sue.
He never denied it either.
He couldn't sue because he already got caught with PEDs.
Yeah.
And then he got caught with PEDs again in his system. Again. So Lost One said was his first pay-per-view, I think. With Oscar Rivas? It probably was.
Was it? No, it wasn't. Joseph Parker, wasn't that a pay-per-view?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, Joseph Parker was pay-per-view.
I don't know. I ain't over there.
Yeah, well. Trying to think now. Yeah, it was. Joseph Parker was his first pay-per-view. Then it was Chisora. Then it was Rivas. So he has 3, didn't he?
What else we got here? Somebody said no with Chisora. Last one said no was with the first one was with Chisora.
No, Lost One.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't even care. It doesn't matter. If
Lost One. It's Parker. I'm talking about headline. Headline versus Parker. That's pay-per-view number 1. Chisora rematch. Headline pay-per-view number 2. Rivas. Whyte pay-per-view number 3. It's at 3 UK.
I wouldn't know because I ain't over there and I ain't buying it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, me neither. But
I wouldn't have bought that pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? I would have streamed the hell out of it or watched it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right when it was over, I went to a bar and watched it because I'm gonna drink anyway. So I wouldn't have bought no Dillian Whyte pay-per-view. I buy a Joseph Parker pay-per-view if he actually fought somebody. But I don't see that happening. But yeah, man.
Wait, I forgot the title. What's the title? Dillian Whyte Negative Propaganda?
Yeah, tour.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. That's what these dudes do over there. You know what I'm saying? Some of these fighters, they can't build. Deontay Wilder is the one that always get the title of using other people's names to build his profile. But this dude has been using Deontay Wilder's name every chance he got. He even went on Sky Sports and brought his little WBC belt up over there. And was sitting up over there talking about Deontay Wilder for what? Law said Dillian Whyte only had 3 pay-per-views. For what? You know what I'm saying? Like why do we need to know? Why do we need to know? Why do you need to have your own like news conference on you? Wait until 2021 to fight Deontay Wilder, and you just so you can say that Deontay Wilder is a chump or Deontay Wilder is ducking you. You did it to yourself.
Lost One. I think you're a bit lost. He fought Chisora in 2016, and he fought Chisora after Parker in 2018, December 2018.
I'm just flabbergasted. I'm just flabbergasted that somebody would actually give this dude airtime to talk about Deontay Wilder.
I mean, there's not much going on for them, so that's the only thing they've got to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And About the sparring story, right?
I covered that
James
already.
Ali Bashir didn't say he was twitching or nothing, but yeah,
Huh?
he got dropped.
What'd you say?
James Ali Bashir didn't say he wasn't twitching or whatever he was saying, knocked out cold. It's not true.
No, they already they already it's already debunked.
But he was definitely dropped.
Yeah, he was dropped, but he didn't go home or nothing like that. The
No,
dude said
no,
that
no, none of
Wilder,
that.
he held his own and stuff like that, and it's just one of them silly things that people bring up because it's funny for them to bring it up because they don't have nothing else to say. He ain't got nothing else to say about Deontay Wilder, and what he should do is look at the man in the mirror. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
that's what he should be doing. Looking at the man in the mirror and and talking to himself and asking himself, what have I done in my whole boxing career to say that I did everything in my part to get a fight at Deontay Wilder?
How many times he's been down now?
I don't know, probably at least about 5.
Uh, Whyte. Shit. 3 or 4?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say professionally.
Oh, I don't know. I ain't been counting.
Oh my lord.
I ain't been talking about Dillian Whyte. How many times he been down? I ain't been counting.
Yeah, I think 3 or 4. But I do give him. I do agree with him with one thing. I don't think that Reeves one was like he got his feet tangled. That's when I saw it. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I ain't been paying attention to all of that
But the
because
Parker one, he got dropped.
yeah, it was clear, but I just think that this dude needs to worry about himself. He worried about Deontay Wilder getting dropped in sparring, but this dude getting dropped in fights, and almost every fight he got, he's looking gassed out. He needs to be worried about himself. You know what I'm saying? He needs to be worried about what he doing instead of what Deontay Wilder doing and stuff like that. But
Exactly.
that's just the way it is
Yeah,
because
I don't think you're right. Yeah, he needs to worry and be focused on the fights, but I don't think he really wants the Wilder fight, man.
I think he do. I think he wants the Wilder fight, but he wants it on his damn terms.
How's that work?
It doesn't.
Exactly.
It doesn't. I was having a conversation with this young buck, man. He about to go into the NFL, and the dude asked me, he was like, "What would you do if you was going into the NFL?" I was like, first of all, I would, I would try to know my worth, and then after that is I would try to get something that's guaranteed.
Yep.
Trying to get something that's guaranteed and not just incentive based because at the end of the day, if you get hurt, it's a wrap.
Yeah. Man.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap if you get hurt in the NFL. He a bigger dude, so he probably play linebacker or something like that. And
I was just watching some Hard Knocks episodes. Like it was like the 2010 Jets. I mean, they were still trying to sign Darrelle Revis back then. It was just showing how Hard Knocks. You've seen it, so.
no, I don't. Actually, I don't watch it.
Well, it's basically behind scenes look. And
I know what it is.
Yeah.
I just don't watch it because,
it's an America.
Yeah, I just don't watch it because, they ain't telling you everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They ain't telling you everything. They might show you a few ice baths, a few medical checkups, but they ain't gonna show you like the real dark side of playing in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Rob Sportsman Lee, what's happening, baby?
You said a few ice baths.
Yeah.
That's just what I just saw some of those, man, on there.
Yeah, folks be needing that shit, man. Especially the older you get and stuff like that. But, me personally, man, it's just like, if if folks can say Dillian Whyte has been waiting 500-600 days,
No, no.
mm-mm,
He
no,
was preparing for
just
the
hear me out.
Wilder
Just
fight.
hear me out. Just hear me out.
Go ahead.
Just hear me out. If folks can say that Dillian Whyte has been waiting 605 whatever how many days, how come they can't come out and say, okay, what has Dillian Whyte done to get this shot for himself? You know what I'm saying? The chess pieces that was on the board was Dominic Brazil and who? Ortiz. James, what's happened? He said, "Hey, Chad, do you still want to?" Nah,
Yeah, we gotta hit those guys.
yeah, you got to go, bro. We don't play no butts around here, bro. No butts, man. No butts. Rod Sportsman Lee says, "Salute, gloves, Lost D Punch Out TV." Lost one said, "Can I ask you too a real question? You honestly don't think Whyte is a good fighter, aside from all outside the ring stuff?" I think Dillian Whyte is a good fighter, but I don't think he's good enough to beat Deontay Wilder. I think he's good enough to fight the guys that he's been fighting and win against those type of caliber guys. But he's not no shape, no form. Um, he gets pieced up by everybody. He gets pieced up by everybody. So, you know, if you look at it on paper, why do you want to see it?
Mm.
Yeah, Chad, look like you a wanted man. He after your ass, literally. What do you think about that, Tyrone?
Um, hmm. My opinion with this guy keeps going back and forth because when he's not talking, right, and he's in the gym and he's working hard, I mean, he gives us, pretty good performances. I mean, the Parker fight was the life and death, but that was great value. And he flattened Lucas Brown, but Lucas Brown has no great shakes. But I think he has ability, but I think he's gotten too far ahead of himself. He's tailor made for Wilder, and I think if Andy Ruiz is on his game, he can beat him too.
Mm.
I don't think. I think his improvement has stopped. Like, I mean, the Rivas fight, mm, that was a solid performance, but the Chisora fight was not a good performance. So I don't get it, man. It's with him. We need to see him at that top level. If he had fought King Kong, that would have been a real test. And I really wanted to see that fight, but man, yeah, kind of wasted time. I think he's a solid fighter, but he's not the fighter that people make him out to be.
Yeah, I don't think Ruiz don't need to be fighting no Dillian Whyte until he can prove to folks that he can get in the ring in shape. I mean, that's a waste of that's the waste of money right there. Me, unless he can
Ruiz,
prove that. Yeah, Andrew Ruiz.
who should
That's
he fight?
who
Ruiz.
he need to figure out he need to fight somebody that at least he get up in the ring with. He can show people and prove to people that he still got it. That's the type of person he needs to fight. I'm not talking about those Tom Schwartz and stuff like that. But after his last performance, you know, after his last performance and to try to come back and it's easy to put the weight on, it's harder to take the weight off. So, I don't think that's enough time to, lose 20, 30 pounds and stuff like that. And I don't know if anybody's seen him in the gym. So, and I ain't going to insinuate people did see him or didn't see him. I'm just saying it's like, I don't know if anybody's seen him in the gym. I ain't seen nothing. I ain't heard nothing. So, you know, I just think that Dillian Whyte, he need to worry about himself. If he really about it and he want that fight, going over there and fight at King Kong Ortiz. Going over there and fight him. Show people that you willing to take the tough fights, staying competitive. That Wilder said if I fight this guy, I could fight him. Prove Wilder wrong. At the same time is You can still make who don't want to see that fight over there in the UK. You know, so I wouldn't say Dillian White's trash. Dillian White ain't no Otto Wallins or no Tom Schwartz. He ain't none of them. You know what I'm saying? He looked at trash his last fight because he was nowhere near in shape. That dude was eating jerk chicken, curry chicken, everything, rice and peas, callaloo. He was eating too much. You know?
Yeah, definitely, man. I think
Man, Otto Wallin is not decent. Otto Wallin is not decent. You know what I'm saying? He caught that dude because Tyson Fury is catchable. Look at Tyson Fury's all of his last fights. Look at all of his fights. He's touchable. He's hittable. You know what I'm saying? The only time these cats actually put the hard work in the gym and dedication in the gym and take shit seriously is when they fighting Deontay Wilder. That's when everybody pulls out all the cards, all the bells and whistles, all the tassels, all that shit. They nuts finally drop. All that shit is when they come and fight Deontay Wilder. All of a sudden, motherfuckers want to have the best bring out of them.
yeah.
Ron Sports Belief said, and he was eating Dean White. He was eating Dean White, son.
Yeah, Dean White is another fat fuck. 400 pounds.
Yeah.
Otto Wallin wasn't as bad as I thought. Tyson was like crab against him. Yeah, Otto Wallin. The only fight I ever seen of him was versus Adrian Granat, and I wasn't impressed. When he fought Fury, I guess he did decent, but no, Fury shouldn't be fighting those guys at that level. He should be fighting guys in the top 10.
Yeah, I don't let. Yeah, Stormy B Man said Dillian White is a shit fighter. Period. Stop overrating bottom feeders. He a bottom feeder, but
He is a bottom feeder.
I don't put him on the same level as Otto Wallin and Tom Schwartz and them other two dudes that Tyson Fury fought. I mean, and them dudes are shitty.
I think White is better than Brazil, definitely. Joseph Parker, because he beat him. Gets tough now. I think he's like in the top 6. Where do you think he is?
I don't know. Shit.
But I think Michael Hunter can beat him. So,
I don't even think where I put that motherfucker at. So, I don't even want to think about where I put that motherfucker. He might get Dominic. I probably give him that one.
Yeah, I think he's better than Brazil. I've never rated Brazil. I always thought Brazil was trash. Really dookie.
Rob Sportsman Lee said, I don't believe Dillian White is better than Dominic Brazil. Chad said, put some respect on Otto Wallin. I bet Wallin would stop Wilder. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, on a good crack day. Lost
He
one said,
a tomato can. Well, he has the heart of a tomato can. That's none.
Lost one said, White is not a bottom feeder. He got one of the best resumes in terms of names in the division. As bad as that sounds, like who? Name those. Can you name those guys? Lost one. Ross Sportsman Lee said Joseph Parker is a tomato can, and Story B-Man said in the garbage. An empty tomato can in the garbage. The rats won't even lick that juice.
Joseph Parker was a world champ.
Yeah. Say it again. Was. That's past tense, bruh. That's
I mean, his best wins are really who? Rivas and Parker. He can't dig Chisora up. Chisora has 9 losses now. You know, Rivas and Parker. Rivas. Listen, if that went the full 12, Jennings would have got that fight. He just got caught, and fucking Parker was a life and death. You know, if Parker had something about himself, he would have won that fight. He just kind of got old man in there. I think Whyte. No,
yeah.
I don't think he beats the top guy.
He got Joseph Parker got 2 title defenses against Conjo and Huey Fury. Come on, bro.
Look what Ortiz. Did you see what Dubois did to? You saw what Dubois did to Gajano and King Kong did to Gajano.
Mm-hmm.
He went out like on his face, like it were bad.
See, Lost One. Lost One said. Oh, Lost D said, Chad Mullen, another silly comment like that, and you get slapped. Lost One said Chisora, Parker, AJ Brown, Rivas. Okay, hold up, Lost One. Let me put it down. So just because somebody has a belt and they defended their belt doesn't mean that they're good fighters. Doesn't mean they're great fighters. It doesn't. Sometimes it don't mean anything. Because Chisora, who was that? Parker, he didn't come to fight. AJ, he lost. Brown wasn't even the world champion. He had the second tier belt, and guess what? He lost that the next day because he was on PEDs. Oscar Rivas, where did he come from? Where did Oscar Rivas come from, and where do you put Oscar Rivas amongst their other guys? Where do you put Derek Chisora amongst some other guys? Where do you put Joseph Parker amongst some other guys? Where do you put Lucas Brown amongst some other guys? Even around the time that they fought him, where do you put him at amongst the other guys and all of these other sanctioned bodies?
Chad Mullen says Chisora twice, Parker, Rivas, Hellenius, and fought AJ Whyte. Okay.
And who was Robert Bullionius anyways?
I mean, he was supposed to be the next Klitschko until he got knocked out by Duopo. So
he said Wilder got he doesn't have a better resume. But if that's what you want to believe, bruh, that's all on you. Yeah, Brown is a former world champion, but he's a shit fighter.
And I want to say this, like, how do these guys put losses on resume? Just because I showed up in front of Bowen doesn't mean I worked there.
This dude.
You know what I mean? Your resume does not include the places you've put in an application to. You know what I mean, Mike?
Yeah.
Your resume includes the places you've worked at. Not the places you got rejected from. These guys, I don't get that. Whyte beating more bigger names. Who has Wilder beat? Okay.
I got that.
Go ahead.
When you say bigger names, you gotta explain what you mean by bigger names. And I'm gonna go and say this.
Yep, go ahead.
That when you saying that when you say Whyte's resume, you have to understand that you have to look at those guys in the time that Whyte fought them, that year and that month. The same thing with Wilder. You have to look at those guys that he fought within that year and that month. You can't go around pulling where Joseph Parker is now into where he is now, or where these guys at now when he fought them way back then, because I did a spreadsheet. Now, one of these days, I'm going to find this spreadsheet, I'm going to pull it up. And when you start looking at Deontay Wilder's resume, when you start looking at Dillian Whyte's resume, you're going to find out one thing for certain, that Wilder has fought a lot of guys within the top 10 of the WBC. More than what Dillian Whyte has fought. Because Robert Bullionius, he wasn't in the top 10 of any of the sanctioned bodies when Whyte fought him. Lucas Brown was just bumped back up. Derek Chisora was just bumped back up. The Wonderful Life of Bob J said, skip that. I'm about to start counting these chicks that diss me as I knock them down. Stern B-Man said, the way you know Whyte is shit, he won't take matches against quality opponents. Yes, that's one. That's one right there.
Three good victories, definitely.
Ortiz,
Stavern, and Duopa.
Yeah, because where was Stavern ranked when Wilder fought him? Forget
number
about that.
3 in the ring. He was number 3 in the ring. And on BoxRec, I think he was there. I think he were number 3 or number 4 on BoxRec.
You say Lost was said, I say Brown was undefeated champ with 30 wins when he fought him. Parker, ex-champ, was considered top 3 when he was. Chisora is a vet who will give anyone any problems. Rivas was undefeated. Well, you know, Parker, I'm gonna let you slide on that one because how I explained it, I got to give it to him. But Lucas Brown, who did he fight and beat?
Chagayev, and he got dropped in that fight over life and death. Chagayev with 40.
Who did he fight and beat?
That was Chagayev. That's it. And Richard Towers.
It was another one, but that dude was old.
Who? James Stoney.
Yeah.
Oh, James Stoney. And Richard Towers, but that's it. And Richard Towers retired after that fight, by the way.
But Chad, that's what I'm saying. You're talking about names. We're talking about quality opponents. Quality opponents. You think Eric Molina was Eric Molina when Wilder fought him is the Eric Molina now?
Yeah, I think Molina was always shit, to be honest.
No, he wasn't all that, but he's worse off. He's worse now.
Yeah, he's even worse. Yeah.
Yeah, Lost One said David Allen beat the shit out of Brown, and Dave Allen is shit. And Lucas Brown never had no energy. He can never get out of the fucking third round.
Yeah, Lucas Brown sucks.
Even when Whyte fought him. The Wonderful Life of Bob J. Skipped. I read that one. Lost One said, I already read that one. So somebody smacked Chad Mullen up already. Lost One said he turned up for that fully. Somebody hit him. What'd he say?
Well,
yeah, well, I'm
Ortiz Fury. Yeah.
Well, whoever hit him, they hit him. Fuck it.
Irregardless of Fury, I'll say Stavern, Ortiz, and Duopa. As far as his best wins on paper.
Laws hit him.
Yeah. Who else he beat? Malik Scott, Kelvin. The Price is Right. Who else? Liokovic, but he was I'm trying to think. Carson Manswell, Damon McCreary. Who else he's fought? Shoot. Yeah, really, Malik Scott, Kelvin Price, Stavern, Ortiz twice, of course. Duopa. Shoot. Yeah.
But if you keep going down the list, you got to see where all those guys is that he fought after he got the belt. And before he got the belt, you got to figure out where all those guys was sitting. That's the reason why when I did that spreadsheet, you can literally see exactly where all those guys sit, where they sat at the time. You know what I'm saying? And this guy, he want to sit up over here and say, better numbers, and I mean not better numbers, but this is the thing that gets me.
Mm-hmm.
Is that people want to take it as if just because somebody is more known means they're a better, more credible fighter. Yeah. That doesn't mean you were better or you're a better opponent. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is shockingly that's what the going narrative for when somebody's great is when somebody has a social media account with millions of followers, or that they can just sell out a stadium and stuff like that. But when they bring their punk asses up over here, or a credible fighter shows up and whoops their ass, all that shit goes out the window. Everybody know Amir Khan name, but look what happened to him. What's up, Stormy B, man?
What's good, man?
Oh, not much. Talking about Dillian Whyte negative propaganda tour.
Yeah, man. Dillian Whyte is being used as a pawn in the sport of boxing. He's like when you read a book and you have a bookmark and you use the bookmark to get back to the page where you left off, because you want to get back there and finish that good reading, right? So Dillian Whyte is a mark for the zone system. He's not just there for heavyweights and stuff like that, blocking for Joshua or whatever, but he is the person that they put out there because he has one great thing going for him. He has personality. And the funny thing about that, he's either a likable or a hateable guy, depending on what side of the fence you are with him. And that's what they're using with him. His talent, as far as in the ring, is extremely limited. This is why he's not fighting quality opposition. But they can continue to use someone like him because he fills a space. You understand? And that's what's happening in the sport of boxing right now. You even got Bob Arum right now. I heard it just a little while ago that they were saying that he want to make a fight with Terrence Crawford and Conor McGregor. What? See, this is the type of bait and switch that they run in boxing now to hold back from giving the fans quality matches and everything, because the pool is really shallow. It's really shallow. And if you're talking about heavyweights, it's probably even more shallow than that. So when you get people out there, like, I'm going to call him out, Merlin, he was saying stuff like, Dillian Whyte's resume is better than Wilder's and this and that or whatever. It's like, you know what, these guys, they feed into something that is all hype, man. It's all hype. There's nothing legitimate going on with that. You look at who he's been fighting and you look at the kind of condition he comes in. He comes in like that because it's in the cards for him to win already. The only thing they did that showed their hand was that Oscar Rivas promotion. It really went down the tubes there. But if he were in America, they would have put him on the show. But over there, where Matchroom and Hearn can pull their shenanigans, notice how they're reaching out to the Saudis and everything. It's not really about that money. You know what it's about? It's about the ethics. They want to be able to circumvent the rules and the regulations and policy and all of that. And that's what they're doing. And until somebody puts a cap on top of this, where it's really a legitimate opposite party who stands to lose something of interest in a match, you won't see them stopped. But they need to be stopped because they have no ethics whatsoever. Matchroom, I wouldn't even want to fight for them. I wouldn't even want to do a promotion with them. I don't care if they offer me $10 million for a single fight. At some point, a person is supposed to be able to have a moral compass, you see, because remember, it could easily be you out there, a victim of one of those promotions where someone has cheated, someone has done some unsavory things, and you end up, your career is in jeopardy, if not over with. People not thinking about that.
But somebody said, look, dude, there ain't nothing wrong with if Dillian Whyte is your favorite fighter or you like Dillian Whyte, how he boxes, stuff like that. But you just got to keep it real. There's nothing wrong with you wanting to see Dillian Whyte win, make it somewhere, be a world champion and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with wanting to see your favorite fighter win. But at some time, you gotta come within the realization. Like Stummer B-Man said, the dude is limited. He still throws kickboxing punches.
Yeah.
He still throws kickboxing punches.
And let me say this, Michael, not to cut you off, but since you said that about the kind of punches he throws, we got brothers out here with major channels and everything that give him credit for throwing a good left hook. Bullshit. He throws a bullshit left hook. That guy doesn't punch with proper technique. He throws them damn hammer fist punches and them damn ankle punches and everything. He doesn't even punch with proper technique. So I hate to hear that. And then these are, the more popular brothers out there saying this stuff. Stop giving these shit fighters overrated consideration, because what you're doing is you are lowering the barometer for which quality is measured. Huh? You've been dating women all your life. The clean ladies, they take good care of themselves and everything, smell nice, it's like do their hair and all of that. And then somebody say, man, forget that. Let some of these skelly wags in here. Huh? Those that, smell like fish and, don't take care of themselves and everything. The clothes don't fit them right because they don't wear them properly and this and that. They don't brush their teeth and everything. You want to be out there. And somebody say, man, ain't nothing wrong with it. It's still a lady. You can still, bang that. Fuck you, dude. I have fucking standards. Just like a woman would have standards for a bum-ass nigga. You understand?
I know some people say some pussy better than no pussy, but that ain't the case.
Exactly. That's my point. That's somebody who with no ethic, bro.
Let me read some of these chats, and I'm gonna get into this one. This old boy said, "I don't want to." Yeah, Laws. I ain't mad at you, man. If you feel like if you got a wrench, you feel like you want to smack somebody, I ain't stopping you. Losman said, Laws, was he sloppy against Rivas? I'm gonna get to that. Ross Westman Lee said exactly. Laws D Punch Out TV. Dillian Whyte is an average fighter. Losman said anyone say. Losman said anyone said Whyte is sloppy. Sloppy. Watch Chisora 2 and Rivas fight. Let me tell you something, bro. The only time Whyte's punch looks halfway, that left hook looks halfway decent, is when he connects and knocks somebody out. But I'm gonna tell you this one thing: if you're damn near falling outside the ring from throwing punches because you're off balance and you're basically doing 360 spins and shit like that, and then I'm gonna tell you this one thing: Whyte versus Derek Chisora is two sloppy fighters. Two sloppy fighters in the ring. One fighter, the only thing he can do is come forward, and the other fighter is just leaving his feet, not having his feet set right. He can't sit on the fucking stool, but he sits there and tries to do that, and he gets tripped over his own fucking feet. And looking so fucking sloppy at the end, and all the way into Derek Chisora getting knocked out. The only reason why Derek Chisora got knocked out because he could barely stand on his fucking feet. They both could. You could have blew on Dillian Whyte, he would have fell down. You could have blew on Derek Chisora, he would have fell down. Because it's two sloppy fighters swinging for the fences, playing rock and sock. Yeah, one dude Dillian Whyte was over there using his little weak ass, funky ass, slow ass, no pepper on his jab, trying to keep Derek Chisora at bay, but that didn't work. He was getting pieced up the whole fight. Also said, how can you hate on technique and be a Wilder fan, Stormer B, man?
Can I answer that?
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah, I'll tell you why. And this is Boxing 101, okay? First and foremost, Deontay Wilder was in the boxing gym for only 2.5, 3 years before he made the Olympic team. okay? And he went out there and represented the country as an amateur boxer, a amateur boxer. What did Whyte do? He came from kickboxing, okay? That means you just glove him up, okay? But check this out. Deontay Wilder hired one of the best amateurs that ever participated in sports, in boxing. And you know what? That is his coach to this day, as they say. And Deontay Wilder, in his last 4 victories and last 3 knockouts, which should be 4 knockouts, he displayed exquisite technique in failing all of those opponents. Okay? Whyte is in there struggling against bums and never beens and never will be's. Okay? In the meantime, Wilder has 10 title defenses. Okay? He is an accomplished fighter. And when he decides to get Wild in there or whatever, which is strictly a decision, it is not his only choice. Okay? It is not like he can't do anything else. Because if you look at those last 4 victories, everything was on the money. Okay? And it produced exquisite results. So what are you talking about? Whyte is hanging over the ropes, fighting a guy who can't fight and barely outlasting the guy. He barely outlasted Joseph Parker, unmotivated Joseph Parker. Okay? So when you look at what Deontay Wilder is doing, which he is looking for quality opposition, and he gave Mr. Whyte options. Take on this guy, and we can fight. Sign AJ to the contract that I guaranteed to get him after I whoop your ass, and I'll fight you. They opted to do nothing. They opted not to even take that into consideration. Why? Because it's unrealistic, as Hearn has said. But the only part that's unrealistic is what they think of Mr. Wilder. Okay? They don't want to acknowledge him for what he has accomplished. And lastly, heavyweights mature late. And since Mr. Wilder got into the sport late, he's just like fine wine. He's getting better and better and better. 5 or 6 years ago, they should have went ahead and took a chance. Now, they have absolutely no chance. Why? Because he's got the best technique in the business when it comes to putting that right hand down the pipe upside your head. I'm done.
I got it. So with Chad, I'm gonna say this. If Wilder has no technique, and Fury has the best so-called technique in the game, and I put that in quotes, right? Because that's questionable to me. How come Tyson Fury could not stay off the canvas twice? How come he got knocked down twice? How come he got caught twice? How come he couldn't go 12 rounds without laying on his back? Hello. Laws Didi said, old man Ortiz, that Dillian Whyte didn't want any smoke with. Yep. And then you got to put it like this. We could talk about Deontay Wilder's resume all day. But like I said, with that resume, you as them being quality opponents, you can't use somebody's how they known internationally or nationally known more to say that they're credible opponents. You can't use that. Because at the end of the day, guess what? Ain't a lot of people out here, whether or not they ex-boxers, our boxers, commentators, analysts, or anything, will pick Dillian Whyte to beat Deontay Wilder. And people right now, People right now, that's worth a damn in the sport and stuff like that. That's worth a damn on YouTube. That makes video and people that make videos on YouTube and people that have fought and people that have trained people and people that haven't. The people that got good observations on boxing would tell you that Tyson Fury has a good chance of getting knocked out by Deontay Wilder. And guess what's the number one thing in boxing is knocking somebody out. That's what
Michael,
is the number one thing.
Michael, tell that idiot if he's saying that Wilder knocked out 40 bums, okay? If he knocked out 40 bums, there has to be some kind of technique in doing that because it's hard as hell to knock people out. There are bums who got great chin, bums who have decent defense and know how to protect themselves. There are bums who know how to survive in the ring. You don't just knock everybody out like that. And there's a few of those guys that he fought that some of the other heavyweights have fought that they didn't knock out. So why don't we eventually get around to seeing Mr. Whyte in there and get his noggin knocked off? And then we'll go ahead and classify him as bum number 42, 43, whatever. Okay? Because that's what he is. I don't know why you trying to big up somebody who is short on talent, okay, short on boxing IQ and ability. But see, that's only to hate against Wilder. But that's okay. You can hate who you want to hate. But to sit up there and try to discredit someone for their accomplishments, that's being disingenuous, bro. And that's why people can't take you serious. Sit down, as I said earlier in the chat, because the adults are talking.
Yeah, well, yeah. Somebody told me, yeah, that's what you said earlier. Yep. And you know, knocking out 40 people, that's 40 plus fights that people should have figured out how to beat Deontay Wilder. They ain't figured it out yet. Rod Sportsman Lee said, Rod Sportsman Lee said, thanks, Laws D. Chad Decaf Mullen is trolling. Laws D. The Pimpin said, facts, Rod Sportsman Lee. Rod Sportsman Lee goes on to say, if Wilder knocked out 40 bums, why AJ, a.k.a. Ass Juice, turned down guaranteed $50 million? He didn't want that. Yeah. And Laws D. The Pimpin said, real talk, Story B, man. I'm just on the things like I don't, you know, it's hard to beat somebody at a video game 10 times in a row. I don't care if it's a boxing game, I don't care if it's Madden, I don't care if it's NBA. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard.
I don't care what I don't care what it is. Or you doing something right 50 times in a fucking row. You know?
Yeah,
that takes skill, it takes discipline. It takes all that, and this dude gonna sit up over here, and this Chad dude, but whatever, man. You know.
And Mike, to that notion, what you just said, there have been other guys in history, bro, that are in the Hall of Fame that didn't do what Wilder's doing. They're killing punchers.
Lower competition.
Exactly. Lennox Lewis got knocked out by lower competition.
Had to go back, yeah.
And Lennox Lewis is a Hall of Fame fighter and a great boxer, but he still got knocked out by lower opposition. Yeah. See, it's ridiculous listening to these guys. I'm sorry, go ahead.
The funny thing that I be laughing at is when people use that whole Tyson Fury was a bum off the couch. He had a year of training before his first fight. Actually, he had more than a year of training before his first fight. And then look what he fought. And then look what he fought after that. Tyson Fury chose to fight Deontay Wilder. And then after the Deontay Wilder fight, who did he go and fight? Did Tyson Fury look like he improved? Did Tyson Fury look like he improved against Tom Shorts? Did Tyson Fury look like he improved against Otto Wallin? Well, that should go right there to show you that Tyson Fury was at his peak against Deontay Wilder. That should show he was at his peak. If he got no better against those guys and had to go the distance with one dude and got his wig split in 2 different places, that should show you right there off the bat that this guy is was in shape, is optimal shape for Deontay Wilder.
Lost
He
one.
lasted 12 grueling rounds. Yeah, and he got smacked by Rob Sportsman Lee.
Yeah,
Because Rob got tired.
Lost one said Wilder has the potential to be great. He's a hard puncher and is athletic. It's frustrating though. He just doesn't want to learn.
And that's the thing that gets me. Like, look, how do you know that he don't want to learn?
How
do you know that he don't want to learn?
I think what it is like we're used to seeing the smaller weight fighters, being able to fight on the inside, just different feints, different skills that we're not used to seeing the bigger guys do. I think.
I can disprove that notion about him not wanting to learn by giving an example of the 2 fights that he fought against Luis Ortiz. Now, Luis Ortiz is a fighter that has that Cuban style and was a hell of an amateur himself. So we know he had boxing skills to challenge Deontay Wilder. But in the first fight, okay, Luis Ortiz competed against Wilder pretty well. In the second fight, it was Deontay's boxing IQ and his ability that set Luis Ortiz up for that knockout. He learned from the first fight. So for someone who says he just don't want to learn, he knocked him out cleaner the second time. And the reason why it was cleaner, because he set him up. Okay? King Kong didn't set traps for him. He set the traps. He was the beast master. And he slept him. He told us before the fight, don't blink. And like hell did he deliver. I don't know what you guys are looking at. You don't want to learn. That's why you fucking keyboard warriors out here in chat rooms and everything talking stupid nonsense. Big up in people like Dillian Whyte. Do you know there are other fighters out there to consider, to look at? Fucking Hunter is a good fighter. Get behind him. But you're actually talking about somebody who can't fucking fight. And you're talking to someone, me, who knows the difference between someone who can fight and someone who is a fucking farce. It's a waste of time speaking to you.
Yeah, I think Wilder's IQ. I think Wilder's IQ is pretty underrated the way he set Ortiz up, and I think his outside game is probably right now the best in the heavyweight division because he uses his length really well. I mean, other guys have length; they can't use it all. But that's his game. I think people get off on the fact, that he doesn't have an inside game, that he doesn't put punches together at all, and that he starts swinging for the fences after he gets somebody hurt. People see that, and I was like, oh, well, he doesn't have any skill. Well, he has his own style, and it's working. So I don't think it's that he doesn't have any skill. I think he does the small stuff really well that we don't see.
Yep. Let me read some of these comments real quick before they get caught up. Lost D to Pip said lost one is just a Tyson Fury nut hugger. Rod Sportsman Lee. Lost D to Pippin goes in to say Rod Sportsman Lee. Time now lost one. I ain't mad at him now. And some Kristen NWA said the only reason Dillian Whyte is hated on is because people always talk about Whyte like he actually has a shot against Wilder. Well, that and because of the PEDs and loaded gloves, and that's all that stuff he did it to himself. All that stuff he did it to himself. Um, even there was a what's that dude that just got popped for cocaine in the UK?
Liam Cameron.
Some Liam dude or whatever. They
Liam,
gave him 4 years.
Cameron.
Yeah,
He
they
fought
gave him.
for the British title, and Porky knows him really well. You know.
Yeah, I'm not worried about who he fought. I'm just covering the story real quick. So he got banned for 4 years, right?
Yeah, he got banned for 4 years.
Mr. Cameron dude, Liam Cameron,
It's
or
Cameron.
whatever. He got popped for cocaine in his system, right?
Yeah.
And what they said was the reason why at the end of the day they banned him for 4 years because whatever he had to say in the thing, they couldn't rule that it was ingested without his knowledge into his system. So it says Mr. Cameron could not prove that his ingestion of cocaine was not intentional, as the term is defined in the anti-doping rules, and therefore a 4-year period of ineligibility was imposed. So they and then they go on to say, which often viewed as a recreational drug, it can have performance enhancing effects, and there are significant health risks associated with the use. In addition, its use during competition can pose a very risk to the other competitors. This is especially so in contact and combat sports. So, and Dillian Whyte, as far as UK had to say, he had an excuse for the reason why he had D-ball in the system. But per what I'm trying to find this one spot. Let me see what it says. They say somewhere in there that it's the fighters' responsibility to know what's in their system. And I said this on the past live stream, is that it doesn't matter where you bought it from and stuff like that. You know now well that by taking some shit that ain't yours or some shit from the GNC store has to be verified for safe usage for yourself as a fighter, because you don't even know what's the health risks. You don't know if there's some dangerous substance in there. And you don't even know if there's a substance in there that ain't supposed to be in there. You can't just take whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, Liam.
We're just gonna let Dillian Whyte slide again.
It's really a case between, money talks, bullshit walks. Liam Cameron went for the appeal, and he failed, and he got officially served this 4-year ban. He already fucked off with boxing. He's going to be a trainer now. And Dillian Whyte has money, and not one time did he ever deny using it. Never. He never denied using PEDs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how about this? They're using all that shit, and it ain't even fucking working, bro. And they're using all that shit, and they don't even, it's like their bodies get worse and more out of shape. What the fuck? You're a fucking moron. You're out here, I'm going to bang all these bitches. And you taking Viagra, huh? But your shit don't work. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. It's like these guys are morons. And I'm talking about these athletes that are participating in these doping programs. Because you know what? Nothing beats hard work, dedication. Nothing. Anything outside of that, you're trying to reinvent the wheel. You might have even gotten past. You might have slipped by. But you're not going to stay on top. The person that puts in the hard work and dedication, they're going to be at the top, at the peak, more than you. So if you're going to be out there, you might as well roll your sleeves up and go to work. Otherwise, you're just pussyfooting around. That's it. Dillian Whyte, his last 4 fights, he's been gaining weight Like fucking, he's been gaining weight over his fights like Ruiz Jr. did for one fight. He just spread it out over a few events. But he ain't no better looking, no better shape, no better condition right now than he was a year ago. He's worse. How are you going to, even AJ cut some of that muscle, okay, and got down to a decent weight for himself, and you can see some improvements in his agility. You can see it in his hand speed. You can see it because for years people been telling him, dude, put the weights down. He want to look like a badass instead of work on being a badass. That's backwards, bro. Any real coach will tell you that shit.
Yeah, I'm not. You know,
Shit,
the weight
like
of my
a
things,
British
I
boxer
do
wore the
weights.
control belt.
I hate seeing the boxers doing the weights like this and the explosive work instead of just fucking running or getting on a treadmill or something. Because listen, when my wind isn't even the same it was 4 months ago with all these weights, so it takes a hit. So when I see boxers trying to do the same stuff like some of these powerlifting workouts, I just kind of scratch my head because it's not for that. Their sport doesn't need that. You need functional strength, if you know what I mean. You need to be doing the road work, getting your cardio up, your wind up, and sparring. That's the most important stuff for boxing. You don't need to be a power lifter or bodybuilder.
The weights and stuff like that, they do work, but that's not going to be the stuff that's going to get you the optimal peak power, because that's not going to help you with your dexterity at all. And then not only that is that for football, for most power they get, is going to be in your back, your legs and stuff like that. Hell, some people out there they can squat 5-6 pounds, and they can bench press that too and stuff like that. But guess what? When they asses on that offense or defensive line, when that shit ready set hut, they getting ran the fuck over. They're getting ran the fuck over. You know why they're getting ran the fuck over? Because they don't have that type of strength, and not only that is they don't have no fucking technique.
Yeah. And I want to say another thing.
Some of these boxers get out here, they don't even have something called center of fucking gravity. They don't even know that.
What they'll do is
leaning forward.
Yep.
They leaning forward on their punches. They falling over, they tripping over their own 2 feet. They damn near falling out of the ring when they swing.
Absolutely, Mike. When is the last time you seen a fighter knock a guy out with a 6-inch punch? I'll wait.
It was close, but he kind of
Wilder.
Close, but that was kind of
and he had probably 8 inches on that. It was a short hook, but
listen. When you can knock a guy out with a 6-inch punch, do you know what that means? Do you know what it means?
To me, that's
it has nothing to do.
That's pure.
It has nothing to do with how strong you are. That's technique, bro. Technique. Yeah. It ain't about the power and everything, because a bone in your body will break at 8 pounds of pressure. A child has that much power, 8 pounds of pressure. A child can produce 8 pounds of pressure. So them kids, when I was a little boy, they used to put them little hard ass shoes on kids' feet. Them little shoes with the hard bottoms and everything.
Yeah.
And you know why that was? That was so the children can have strong feet and foot support and everything. Now people putting little Jordans and stuff on their kids' feet, and that's really not good for their feet. Those hard rock bottom shoes that they used to put on the kids' feet were always the best. Help them with balance, help them when they start walking and everything. It was a reason for that. But not only that, I wanted to bring up the fact that when you talk about 8 pounds of pressure, you know how kids play around and they like to swat at something or whatever, then they kick. A kid that's a toddler can produce 8 pounds of pressure kicking with their foot and kick you in your shin and fucking break your shin. Okay? 8 pounds pressure. So when you understand that dynamic and you learn how to punch with leverage and torque with your technique, you can get the job done in close or from afar. But you're not seeing a great deal of that because those are some of the lost arts, things that are not being taught.
Yeah, I want to say another thing. I see some of these
So what belt was
boxers.
that? What belt was that? Laws D. Laws D. Over there telling Lost One, you want to come on my channel and debate on my
Probably
live stream on
WBC.
Friday?
Oh,
Damn.
the bronze belt, the British belt.
I thought it was a triple BOC
Well, kind of.
because the guy that's on there.
Lonsdale belt. What's that? The British belt, I believe.
Because the Lonsdale belt got two dudes on the front of his squaring up.
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah,
what
that's
what
the British title, I think, because that's the one Dillian Whyte won. But I want to also say this, like, another thing guys have to understand is adaptation. How are you going to train for a 12-round fight, sparring 10, 11, 12 rounds? If you keep sparring 12, the thing with adaptation is if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, right, you eventually get worse at it. You have to keep upping the pace each time or going farther. When somebody goes on a run, or they're a marathon runner or whatever, you don't run a mile, do 1 mile run, 8 times and then say, okay, I'm ready for the marathon now. No, you got to do a mile, then you've got to do 2 miles, then 3 miles, then 4 miles. And even people who train for a marathon, 26 miles, they're doing 30 miles, 34 miles, 35 miles. Get that extra gas tank because you don't know how much energy you're exerting maybe in one round or another round. So if you're only doing 12 rounds, you're going to get worse at it eventually because you're doing it so much. You've got to keep upping the pace. You've got to keep upping the pressure. That's the only way people get better.
Yeah, but some folks don't want to hear that. They just want to.
And then the rowing machine, like
Dillian Whyte is doing in the gym working.
Bro, oh man, the row is.
The rowing machine. No, the rowing machine is good, but it's the effort that you put in the rowing machine. Like you just can't get on that rowing machine and just motherfucking.
He does 15 minutes and he walks off.
I don't know what he was doing on there. I don't know if it was a warm up. I don't want to bash him for the row machine, but there's other things that needs to be done, and because he doesn't exhibit that he has the stamina. And I said in my past live streams is that's the number one thing with these heavyweights is that somebody usually is going to get tired. 9 times out of 10, someone's going to get fucking tired. 9 times out of 10, somebody's going to get tired. What are you been doing in the gym, knowing now well that you only got 3 rounds, you only got 5 rounds, you only got 7 rounds, you only got 8 rounds in you? What have you been doing in the gym to get your shit together? Because to me, I think that when you have competition substances that you can't take under UCAD, triple BOC, I think that's been fucking up a lot of these fighters. Because if you can't take it in competition, but you've been taking it out of competition, how is that affecting your body? Is going to be asking for that shit. that you've been taking. Second of all, you're going to be right back where you are. Third of all, your body is going to be trying to catch up to what it has lost. That's the reason why I think a lot of these boxers out here are coming in their gas. It's either because of their training or because of these out of competition substances that they're taking is not conducive. Yeah, you got the pre-workout and shit like that. Pre-workout, it works and stuff like that. But that shouldn't be a something that you take to make you last longer in the gym. I don't take it. And the reason why I don't take it is because it's bad for you. It's bad for you, especially if you out of shape and you're going to take that shit. You're going to go and lift some weights and shit like that. Wondering why your ligaments is all fucked up and your muscles is all fucked up and you can barely move your arms and shit because you took something you was supposed to fucking take. You know what I'm saying? These dudes, they doing whatever the fuck they want to. I'm not tripping on it. I think that they need to this Buster McDonald West Side, somebody hit him. Tyrone hit him.
Control.
Oh, I'm just like let him find out if he a troll first.
Nah, I know. He was
All
a
right.
troll last time on your channel.
Oh well, he ain't. Don't remember, but anyways, But what do you guys think about the rumors circulating around what Bomb Aaron was working on with the Conor McGregor versus Terrence Crawford fight?
Good luck. Terrence Crawford should be worried about fighting real competition. First, let's worry about boxing right now. Let's not worry about, WWE. He can do it. Mayweather can worry about that. Crawford should be worried about racking up wins in boxing. What do you think, Mike?
Oh, it's gonna be a boxing match.
Well,
My whole thing is with that is that that just shows you how
desperate.
why we haven't been getting the fights that we haven't been getting because
This is
it's
bullshit.
money.
Money
It's
talk.
money, folks.
Hey, fellas, I'm going to listen in. I got to take a call. I'm sorry.
All right, yeah, no
It's all
problem.
good. It's all good. They want to build these fights up with these other fighters and stuff like that, and starve the fighters of seeing these good fights and stuff like that. And then you get these conundrums out here, is like Conor McGregor versus Terrence Crawford, which really, to tell you the truth, I don't believe in these type of crossover fights, especially how the way boxing has been going over. But I see what they're thinking.
Right.
How can they get more fans sport of boxing? How can they get new to the sport of boxing? But the thing about it is those fans aren't going to stick around. Most of the guys that watch UFC, most of the people that actually buy the UFC fights don't really pay attention to UFC. They don't know why one fighter is better than the other. They just tune in to watch somebody beat somebody up. They don't buy all of the UFC pay-per-views.
Yeah.
They buy the ones when they get these silly ass people like senior citizen beaters like Conor McGregor on, and then you want to sit up over here and shop Conor McGregor around when the boxing fans don't want to fucking see it. And then when Terrence Crawford goes into his next fight, you know what I'm saying? How many people is gonna watch it? Because those fans that came in there to watch Conor McGregor versus Terrence Crawford ain't gonna show up to watch Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence. They ain't gonna be around. Christopher Jornet, what's happening,
Man,
baby? They ain't gonna.
Floyd.
They ain't gonna be. I ain't talking about him because he ain't got nothing to do with this. He ain't got nothing to do with this.
He started all of it.
No, he didn't start it. This type of stuff was already happening.
He could eat ass.
This stuff was already happening before it even came around. And some of these guys out here gassed this type of shit to happen because they actually really thought that Conor McGregor was the goods. and that he can actually get up in there.
I know
Perform.
Ali fought that guy in Japan that mixed martial artist or wrestler or whatever, but the way Floyd
Yeah,
went
but
about it, he
it wasn't even
wait. Let me
the
smack.
way. It wasn't even. No. Hold up. Let me see. Yeah, get him up out of here. Um, it wasn't even Floyd. People, these some of these MMA guys, these UFC guys, and that's the reason why I tell people all the time. Those UFC, some of them UFC fighters, majority of them guys that buy them pay-per-views, don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Nah,
And then it showed because after that they said, "Oh, Conor McGregor, he showed up, he put up a good fight. He had Mayweather and this and that." He didn't have shit. The dude got toyed. He knew the motherfucker wouldn't last. He got him for the kill, and the referee stopped the whole world from seeing Conor McGregor getting laid the fuck out.
yeah,
He saved him from fucking total embarrassment. Saved his ass. He should have let him get knocked smooth the fuck out. He should have made him quit
yeah.
on a fucking stool. He should have made him spit his fucking mouthpiece out on all fours like Mike Tyson looking for his mouthpiece. I don't want to see this shit. I wouldn't even.
No, me neither.
I wouldn't even. I watched that Conor McGregor and Cowboy shit. Didn't watch it because the dude was there to fucking lose.
Yes, he
came in there
was.
to lose.
Yes, he was.
Everybody
That
named
guy
fucking mama knew it.
sucked. That guy
But a lot of
fucking
these-
sucked.
But a lot of these UFC fans out there that just go on there just to watch Conor McGregor are hurting hurting the quality of fights. You pay $75 to watch seconds of bullshit, and then when it's
It was
over,
total bullshit. That guy, they were talking about Cowboy retiring in 2012. The dude literally is his last two fights was him getting KO'd at 155 and got KO'd the night before at 170. I mean, what a joke. He was supposed to have been retired. He has 14 losses, by the way. 14 losses. Would that guy even make bread in boxing? You're pretty much a journeyman at 4.
He probably didn't even make nothing for that fight.
Shh. Dude was
Lossman said, "Hey Drew, remember saying it was impossible for AJ to switch up his style? AJ didn't style. He just fucking ran. He fucking ran. There's a difference between fighting on the back foot and literally damn near got half your body outside the ring, running from punches and turning your back and running. He ran. You know? This dude, Chad Mullen, bro, MMA fighters would destroy a boxer on the streets unless the boxer has. You don't know that. You don't know that.
Why do people always say that?
Because they think that just because somebody could throw an elbow and a kick and stuff like that, and they have better versatility and stuff like that, you don't understand a street fight is up and close. You don't understand. Most of these fucking boxers won't let you sit up over there. They was raised to not while you over there flapping your fucking gums to just fire off on you. Ain't no street fight going down with two people literally saying, "Okay, let's go. Let's get it on. We got rules and regulations." No. It don't go down like that. And some of these MMA fighters, they don't have a punch.
Oh, dude, they've got no. We talk about some of these guys in boxing with no punch. Some of these boxers with 2-ounce gloves in the UFC. They're wearing 2-ounce gloves.
And some of these boxers can kick. Some of these boxers do know how to use all 4 of their fucking limbs. So I'm not even gonna entertain that shit. Next one, Lost one said, "Now when you come back, you owe me an apology." Damn, I guess somebody hit him. Let me see. I guess somebody hit him because that's what it sounded like. Yep. Toe his ass up. Toe his
Smack.
ass up. Yeah, Rod Sportsman Lee. Some boxers are from the streets. You think they gonna just let you talk? They just gonna fire off on you. Ain't nobody gonna let them just get up and go. What you gonna do? In
You
there,
do that.
you
Oh,
think you
boy.
down? It ain't gonna. And half the time, man, I'm not even gonna get into that, man. Now, what else we got, man? Up in here, far as news, and get away from this bullshit this dude is talking about. I'm tired of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody think that no, the fuck you don't. Oh, Bob
You
Arum
said
has
you wanted to talk
confirmed.
about something else.
Yeah, I got one. Bob Arum has confirmed they have now signed the deal to co-promote Jarrell Miller moving forward, alongside original promoter Demetrius Salido and Greg Cohen. His comeback fight plans will be worked on this week. So I
Wait, is
hope
that
that
on Boxing Scene?
nah, this is Michael Benson saying this on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Good luck to that brother, man. I hope that from what he did to his family, his friends, the people that he was doing business with, himself, if he got kids and stuff like that, his mama, his nephews, grandmammy, and all them. I hope that he does. Hope for their sake that he does come back better than what he was. Hope that his next fight. I hope that he's been in the gym. I hope that he comes in there looking great, man. Because it's just sad to see a fighter to squander something good, something that he possibly could have won. He could have won. I didn't say he was gonna win, but he had a chance to get 3 belts, and he just squandered it. Like he just squandered it. I don't know if he's gonna get he's not gonna get a championship fight anytime soon, but
I don't think he'll be the same fighter without
he
the
could be.
EPO.
No, he could be. Get yourself
I
back
mean, that
right, and
like
you eat right and stuff like that. It's gonna take a minute, but you know,
no,
depending on the opponent he come
like
up in there, he probably ain't got to work that much.
no. As far as with the EP, well, if I'm talking from the anabolic side, like the testosterone, like if he was using like more than 500 milligrams of test or HGH or whatever he was doing a day, then like his testosterone will never recover. Because the thing with steroids is everybody has a genetic peak, and you use steroids to break that peak. But once you go off cycle for a while, you'll never be the same. Your body will never produce the same amount of testosterone.
Yeah, I know how it works, but
Yeah, yeah. So,
I know
and
how it
also
works, but
with the EPO,
he should be all right. He should be all right. I mean,
well, what do you
you
think
know,
about the EPO, the blood doping he was doing for the stamina, which was probably the worst?
no, what I'm
Worst
saying
ever.
is that he'd probably be all right. You know what I'm saying? Plus, he got time to uh to uh to to get himself well. I'm not saying 100%, but to get himself well to compete. That's just something that is going to be an element that he's just going to have to work over. You know what I'm saying? Um, he might, lose a little bit of pep in his step and stuff like that. But people got all kinds of conditions in boxing. You know what I'm saying? So, that'd be one or another one that he's going to have to deal with. I think he'd be all right. I'm not going to sit up over here and say he's done or anything, but it ain't gonna be easy. Hey, who that? Yeah. I think he'd be all right. Let's read some of these comments. Uh, Hold up. Go ahead and cook.
Yeah. Shoot, we are talking about Jerome Miller, right? Yeah, I don't think he'll be the same fighter with all the EPO he was using, because he was using EPO to go 12 rounds, and the fact that he doesn't even The fact that he won't even be able to have that, I don't know what he's going to change his conditioning to get that same amount of stamina. Physically, won't be the same because he was using all sorts of anabolics and hormones to increase performance. So obviously, if you've been cycling on and off for probably since his kickboxing days, the guy, I don't even think he'll get to 60% if
Mm.
he was in a tough fight right now.
Nah, I'm moving. Hold up. Cook for a minute though.
Yeah, yeah. Um, this was in the works though for Jarrell Miller to go to Top Rank. I've been hearing about. There's been rumblings like since honestly last year, and Chad Mullen said, "I'm just wondering. I'm out. Fuck all y'all wild or nutsuckers. Fury gonna beat him just so you watch. Whatever. You'll see Chad Mullen. You'll see on February 22nd what happened to your guy because he's gonna get knocked out pretty quickly." Rob Sportsman, Lee, man, shout out. Drew Titan, shout out. Laws D, shout out. Comments here. Christopher Jernett, shout out. What we got here? Um, Ronald Finkley's in here. Rob Sportsman, Lee, definitely, man. Stormy. Hoping I don't miss anybody. What else we got here?
What happened to
Yeah,
that? So what was with the deal with Edward Hearn saying I've made Charlo an offer to fight Andre 2 to 3 times as much as he's ever made. Can't get a
I'm
reply. You
so
got this
tired.
guy. Hold up. You got this guy who works for PBC, Tim Smith, going. I don't know who makes. I don't know who he's making offers to. I got it on my phone, talking to him on Instagram. He's probably. But my whole thing is kind of like you can't go around and in boxing making offers over the internet and to personally to the fighters as a promoter. You have to go through the correct channels in boxing because you could be under it's a law. I forget what it's called, but you could be breaching uh, a fighter, the promoter. I forget what it's called. Um, but he's all Edwin Hearn already been warned about it once by Leonard Ellerby. I think that um, Edwin Hearn is doing this, uh, not knowing that nobody, not knowing that if he wants to make the Charlo fight, it might not happen on the zone. Just like the way with uh, uh, Edward Hearn and AJ thinking that they're going to be the only ones making the offers for AJ versus Wilder. Yeah, to Torch's interference. There you go, get the smoke. Just like with that, they might not be the one giving the offers this time around. They might not be the ones sitting up over here grandstanding that they are this fictitious A side, or they the only ones that can make this type of fight happen on this magnitude with X amount of people on the zone, X amount of people on Sky Sports, X amount of people right worldwide. Edwin Hearn is feeding that to people, but Edwin Hearn is not that one to necessarily get these fighters money, because when everything when if what you're getting is up front, if what you're getting up front and what you make from the fight, what you get up front and what you make from the fight is two different things. Now I'm not talking about what a fighter is guaranteed. What I'm saying is you're signed to a promotional company. The promotional company gets X amount of dollars to bring their fighters over there to a certain venue, and then you got to do the whole trickle down economics thing, and then you got to minus this, minus that, and all this other. Put it like this: if you get 80 million, right,
Hmm.
to have AJ versus Andrew Ruiz in Saudi Arabia, that's all you get. You don't know how many, what people are paying out there to view the fight at home. You don't know anything out there, but you just take that $80 million. Not only do you take this $80 million, but every fighter that fought under that card got to get paid. Every fighter on that card got to get paid because that fight wasn't for just AJ versus Andrew Ruiz. That when you take that $80 million, that was for you to host an event, which happens to be the Andrew Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua fight. It went down. Now I don't believe uh, that it was $80 million. I think it was less than that. But none, none, nonetheless, from what I have been uh, seeing over the last few years with Edward Hearn, it's all just been a facade when it comes to how much money all these guys is getting. Because when somebody comes out here and say 2 to 3 times more than what Charlo's ever got, how do you know how much Charlo has ever got for a fight? Because that guaranteed money that you see Charlo's get, that's for him headlining a fight. That's for him if you do X amount. This is if you do X amount more than expected, you get paid more, which
Man,
is the back end.
there's so much
So
back end money with. There's like a lot of back end money that we don't know about.
I don't think it's a lot for everybody, but I think it's more than what was expected from a
Yeah,
lot
I'm
of these
saying
fighters.
as far as being reported. I'm not talking about the amount. I'm not talking about like how much the money is, but the stories of back end money, like the back end money that's being given out is more than or the instances of back end money being given out is more than what's being purported. Is what I'm trying to say.
Mm.
Saying it more often than not. Hello?
Yeah, I hear you. Nah. Um. What else we got here? Ah, man. Um. So, man, Jesus Christ. Now I'm listening to something. So let's see what else we got here, man. Let's see what else we got here because I think I saw something else in the news. No Billy Joe Sanders fight for oh, Corbett Pules Representative John Ritt that they are now very close agreeing a deal to fight Anthony Joshua next, with venue and hosting offers coming in from all over the world. IBF deal deadline has been extended to next Friday, January 31st. So um, that's something that I figured that was going to happen um, because of what's his name? Usyk fights for he's under the Matchroom banner. So I didn't think that shit was going to happen anyways. I don't think that I think that if you have a few days, you have a few weeks, you have a few months, people try start to change their minds as far as Usyk fighting his team fighting to fight Anthony Joshua next and stuff like that, and they fighting to get it over Kurbet Pulev. I didn't think that was going to happen. The reason why I don't think that was going to happen because I didn't think Usyk was ready. Um, I think Usyk needs a few more fights. at heavyweight, especially off of his last performance. Yeah, it was an introduction. Yeah, he might have still have an arm injury or two, but a few fights before he fights Anthony Joshua, it would help his fight for those three belts, or if Wilder happens to become undisputed before he gets the fight, it would help. I think Kurbat Pulev is going to get his ass knocked out. Um, I think that he should have been stripped of being the mandatory a long time ago. Um, you ain't fight nobody. I don't think you should get rewarded for not fighting nobody, and that's what this guy has been given. He's been given the green light to duck. He's been given the green light to not fight. Um, and he has made an art right now. So it is what it is. Uh, and then you got Anthony Joshua saying that he has claimed he had a new recent media fight and intends to throw out a curveball offer if he beats Tyson Fury on Feb 22nd to attempt to lure him away from the trilogy and into an undisputed clash. And instead, look, you can't do that. It's not really going to happen. There's probably something in the contract, but the way I put it is that if it says immediate rematch in that fight, that's not going to happen. It's going to be um, uh, the trilogy fight. I really don't care for the trilogy fight. I think that whoever wins just going to fight undisputed, and then that's going to be a rematch right there, and then go on and do whatever you got to do, because yeah, I'm a Deontay Wilder fan. I'm not a fan of it just having seeing the same two fighters fight three times. Was even though it's not back to back, but not really a fan of it. Roy Bominux was happening. Drew Titan said, "Lost one. You finna get slept. Get to smoke. Everybody in the world wants AJ versus Pulev, bruh. Talk about a snooze. Yeah, but that's what they said. That's exactly what they said. It says Joshua next venue hosting offers coming in from all over the world. I don't. What are you talking about?
Mike, I think I might sign off.
You all right?
Gotta get some homework done.
All
Gotta
right,
get some
homie.
homework done.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
Like, all right, I'm gonna cook for a little bit and I'm gonna get off too.
Yeah.
With that one,
All
I
right,
don't know
bro.
what the fuck they're.
Peace.
All right, homie. But that one, I don't understand what they're saying. I think that all of the world, I think people are about to get duped out of their money. I think that if you think that you're gonna bring this dude up over there anywhere in the world, it's gonna sell out. Never had boxing before. Y'all bringing over a fight over there. Yeah, everybody, come on, come on. This is probably gonna be the last time boxing ever gonna be here. Within the next 5-10 years, it's like a lunar eclipse. Let's get up in here and let's put our fucking our fucking Loke song so you can look into the fucking sun and not fucking get your retinas burned. Cause that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a whack ass fucking fight. It's gonna be a snooze fest. One dude's probably gonna be running. The other dude is probably gonna get gassed out from chasing the guy, getting snoozed the fuck out. That's how I see it going down. Drew Titan said, "Lost one." So now, can you read what the grown folks type or go to bed? Them is kids, man. Them gotta be kids. Drew Titan, gotta be kids. And the reason why I'm saying they gotta be kids is just the way they talk. It's just kid like. You know what I'm saying? It's just kid like mentality. Um, Get the Smoke said Pulev beat Fury for the latest mandatory shot. Yeah, Pulev needs to sit his ass down somewhere. Pulev need to seriously sit his ass down somewhere. Not looking forward to the fight at all. But who knows? Who knows? He might get up in there and show us something. You know what I'm saying? But fighting Kevin John. I'm not even gonna say that. Let's just say what he fought in 2019. Dino and Booker. That should tell you right there. Dino and Booker. Who? Give him a big who is that? One was at the Parno, the other one was at the hangar in Costa Mesa. So it's a who. And the smoke said if the fight warrants it and not mad at an immediate third installment, AJ has two mandatories. Yeah, that's what I was saying in my last stream. Is that if they got to do it, I'm gonna watch it. And if they got to do it, they got to do it. That's in their clause and stuff like that. You can't breach it unless both parties choose to breach the contract. It doesn't. People don't understand that. It's contracts are a two-way street, and they can only get out of you're going to get out of the contract on a two-way street, or unless you got like some little weird ass booty clause in there. But I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. Now I know this Saturday we got Danny Garcia versus old Red Cat. I think that's gonna be a cool one. I think that's gonna be a cool one, man. I'm waiting. Yeah, I think it's gonna be cool, man. I think that Danny Garcia, man, he gonna have to do something, man, because throwing those damn weirdo punches, loading up ain't gonna might not cut it with this one, man. It might not cut it because this dude might time you. He might know what you're doing and just time your ass on one of your weaknesses and get your ass out of here throwing them loaded up punches. But I think that's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be in New York on Showtime. If you guys are interested in the zone, I'm pretty sure you guys know, but you got Quigley versus Cortez, which I won't be watching. Will not be watching. So that's all we got for this week, man. Not the best of fights, really. Yeah, fuck nah, it ain't. Damn, next week what we got? Next week we got Demetrius Andrade versus Keeler. No way. Ramirez versus Postal. Then on Saturday, which is next weekend, not this weekend coming up, but the following one, we got Ugas in Dallas. Not really starting off with a good year, huh? Not really starting off to a good year, but hell, it is what it is. I'm gonna get up out of here, folks. Gotta figure out what I'm gonna chow down on. And on that note, shout outs to the LDBC and everybody stay sucker free.